Hey everyone, I wanted to show you really quickly how the new cutouts from Peachy Keen work with the new stamps. This release, this November, I guess it was the November release for Peachy Keen Stamps, I think there's 8 or 10 new stamp sets, and they have coordinating cutout dies, which makes it really easy to cut it out instead of having to cut it out with scissors and maybe not getting it perfectly cut out all the way around. Now you can buy the cutout dies and cut them out really easily. So I'm going to show you, this is the faceless elf. This is Lori the elf. It's really cute. And the elf comes without a face, and then it has 3 faces that also come on the stamp set, so then you can choose the face that you want to put on the elf herself. Let's see. You can see a little better there. She has no face on her. And I'm going to show you really quickly how you can cut her out. So I'm going to pull her off and put her on my block. And then I'm going to ink her up really good. And then I like using a soft mat underneath when I stamp. This is just a mouse pad. Try and get her evenly, pressed really evenly. Yep, she came out. That's what she looks like. Okay, we're going to set her aside really quickly, and I'm going to show you a trick. Actually, it's not really a trick, it's probably the best way to cut them out. So what you're going to do is take your die. Let me make sure, yeah, it's the right die. And you're going to take your Cuttlebug or Big Shot or whatever die cut machine that you have. Cuttlebug. And for the Cuttlebug, in order to cut out these thinner dies, these dies are exactly like my Creative Time dies, if you're wondering. They're real thin. And what you're going to need to cut these out is you're going to need an A plate, a C plate, and a B plate. And when you buy your machine, you're going to get an A plate and 2 B plates. You're going to have to buy an additional plate, a C plate, in order to cut the dies. And these can be purchased online. I've seen them at Overstock and Amazon. And they used to have them at Michael's, but I haven't seen them lately. So I was going to get a new one. This is kind of, this is okay. This is what happens. The die leaves an imprint, and that's okay. You can flip it over if you want. That's okay. It doesn't hurt the board at all. So we're going to put it in the machine. We're going to put the A plate and the C plate. Then I'm going to just take a piece of scratch paper, and I'm going to put that in as well. And then I'm going to take my die, and I'm going to put her face down, and I'm going to put my B plate on top. So you have A, C, your paper, your die, and your B plate. And I'm going to roll it through. And when it goes through, it kind of makes like a crunchy sound. That's okay. See how it popped? That's okay. That's basically what it does. Okay, so now I'm going to try not to make a mess, which is what I'm doing. I'm going to pull my little elf off, and she's kind of, takes a little bit to pull them off, but that's okay. Okay, so there she is, and I'm going to pop this paper off. And this is the paper that we want. This is the negative image. We're going to keep that one. We're going to put that one aside. And really quickly, I'm going to pop out this paper. I'm going to pop out the 2 registration marks, which is the hole up here and the hole down here. And then to get this paper out, you're going to pop through these little holes. And I'm not being careful because this is just a scratch piece of paper, but on your original image, when you do it, I'll show you, you're going to be really careful. so that you don't rip or poke through your paper. Okay, so now the next thing that we want to do is we want to take our image, and we're going to take our negative that we just made, and we're going to lay it over our image. Now, it might be easier to do this in a colored piece of paper, like on a black piece of paper, a black piece of paper, or red or something, so that you can really see the difference in the contrast. It's kind of hard having white on white, but I'm going to do it that way just for the video. But anyway, you want to line this up, your negative image up around your stamp that you just stamped. Try and get it centered as best as possible so you have an even edge all the way around. Okay, then there's these 2 registration marks that I told you about, that I showed you on the die. There's one at the top. Oh, I just moved it. There's one up here and there's one here. And we're going to color those in with a pencil. They've cut out. So let me get this back on here. Sorry, I'm just doing this freestyle. Okay, so now I'm just going to color in with a pencil in that hole. And it doesn't matter if you get it on your overlay or not. It doesn't matter, because you're not going to use this anyway. Okay, so, or you're not going to use this for your card or anything. Okay, so this is your template. So from now on, when you put your die back into your envelope, you're going to keep this template with it, so you don't have to make another one. And eventually, if you use your die enough, you'll probably want to make another template if this starts to fall apart. But this is perfect to keep with your die in the packaging, so that you won't have to cut one every single time. Okay, so now we have our registration marks on there. There's one up here and one down here. We're going to put it on our mat. Remember, A, C, and then we're going to put our paper down, and I'm going to turn her here for a minute. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. The next thing that you do is you're going to line up your die, the registration marks on your die, with the registration marks on your paper, and that's going to allow you to cut your elf out perfectly. Okay, lined up perfectly. Now, you could just do it like this. You could put your B plate down and put it in the machine, but it's probably going to slide. The die is going to slide. So, my suggestion would be to use some tape, and you could use painter's tape. That would be a better tape. Painter's tape would probably be better, because it would probably come off a lot easier. I'm out of painter's tape, so I'm just using regular masking tape. Okay, so now it's on there. The die is not going to slide. It's taped on there. I'm going to put this on here. Put the B plate on. I'm going to get my Cuttle Bug out. And I'm going to put it through the machine. And let's see what happened. Oops. These do stick a little bit, and I'm assuming once I use it a couple times, it won't be as bad. Okay. So again, you're going to pull your tape up. If you have painter's tape, it'll come up a lot easier, and then you won't ruin your paper. But like I said, I don't have any. Okay, so this, you can discard this if, obviously. And then we're going to pop out our registration marks. And then very carefully, I'm going to poke through these. And I'm going to do it carefully because I don't want to cut through my image. Because this is the image I'm going to color and then place on my card or whatever I have. So very carefully pop that off. And there you go. A perfectly die-cut image. So, anyway, that's all there is. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave a message on this video, a comment on this video, or you can message me through my blog. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.